As always, guys, I'm super happy that you're joining me for this next Black Ops 3 calling card video with me, Spartan G Gaming. And the calling card we're unlocking this time is C4 Kills 5, where we need to get a very time-consuming 300 C4 kills in total. We will get a very cool vampire-looking calling card, plus 6,000 XP. But also you will see me unlock the Lethal's Master calling card as well, so we're now complete 100% on that. And you get a very super cool looking fire-breathing dragon, and that's a movable one as well, guys, so you get 10,000 XP for that. So I'm going to give you some tips and advice, and to the best of my knowledge, how the C4 all works, so I can help you into some way getting those big 300 kills yourself. So the C4 device is a plastic explosive, kind of lethal, that's detonated remotely by you double tapping either your X button if you're on Xbox One like me, or you can double tap your square button if you're on PS4, or you can simply just press your right bumper button. I prefer just to simply press the right bumper button. There are flaws and kind of if you do double tap your X button or double tap your square button, there are faults to be had in the game where you will find that very dodgy at times. Obviously, I will go into detail about what I mean about that very shortly. But it is a proximity device where you will have an alarm on it. So when you have planted your device wherever you want to plant it, then an enemy will get close or run over it, and it will alert you to their presence, then giving you the option to double tap your X button or square button, or simply press the right bumper button, the one I prefer. Now the C4 device will stick to near enough anything. It will stick to the walls, it will very fortunately stick to the ceilings, and I will tell you why I say fortunately in a moment, especially if you're playing game modes such as Search and Destroy and Demolition. The only thing it will not stick to is the enemy. It will just bounce off them, and that's quite funny to watch, guys, okay? It's unlike the Semtex. Remember, the Semtex will stick to everything and anything, but the C4 will only stick to kind of buildings, walls, that kind of thing, but it won't stick to the enemy. When you do pick it up again, you hold the X button down if you're on Xbox One, or you hold the square button down if you're on PS4. Now, that can be quite dodgy. That's where I'm going to get into detail a little bit later, but first of all, we're going to show you how to throw it. You're going to hold your right bumper down, and then you can just launch it, guys, by releasing your right bumper button. As you can see, it doesn't go that far. The travel distance is not all that great as a frag or a Semtex, okay? Sometimes you can hold your R bumper button down, you can then look down with your right stick, you can flick your right stick up, and should sometimes go a little bit further, but it doesn't. It actually doesn't do anything at all. But the only way you can get a little bit more distance is to run and jump and then launch it in the air. That seems to work, guys, but again, it really doesn't go as far as we'd like to. So you've got to bear that in mind when you do come to plant it, okay? So again, you've got to be very tactical in when you plant it and how you plant it, because it doesn't travel all that far away from you. So it's going to be somewhere close to you before you can kind of detonate it. So you've got to be close. You've got to be careful, guys, okay? Sometimes you can accidentally hold your X button down if you're on Xbox One like myself, but then actually blow yourself up because you didn't realise you actually double tapped it. But sometimes it can do that. It can be very dodgy. But like I said, there's also another one as well, guys, which is why I prefer to use the right bumper button for detonating. Now, I've just planted my C4 device. I'm going to shoot a few bullets off with my pistol, and I'm going to double tap the X button to blow it up. As you can see there, it reloads the gun as I do that. Sometimes it can be quite good if you do need your gun reloaded. You can do that all in one. But it's very dodgy, guys. This is why, okay? If you're using a light machine gun like the BRM, you plant your device, you're going to shoot a few bullets off here, guys, so I need to reload it, obviously. But I'm now going to double tap my X button. It will blow the C4 up, but I'm reloading. Now, this takes a long while, guys, to reload, as you know, the light machine guns. If you've got an enemy around you at the time you've done that, accidentally, we'll say, then you're going to die, okay? So that's why I prefer using the right bumper button. Also as well, remember, if you do have two C4s equipped, you will need to, obviously, when you do use your C4, you're going to have to plant both of them before you can blow them up. You can't just have two equipped. You can't have two C4s equipped and just blow one up. You have to release, we'll have to plant both for C4s before you do it. Now, I've already shot a few bullets off with the BRM, so I'm now going to press my RB button. As you realise, it just blows and detonates the bomb, but it doesn't reload your gun, giving you still that option, if there are enemy around, to kill them with your gun if you need to, rather than reloading, you know, taking its time. So just be careful with that, guys, but definitely, hopefully you prefer to use the right bumper button to detonate your bomb rather than the double tap. And I don't know why they got the double tap there to blow it up. It really doesn't make sense. It really doesn't work. It will put you in a dodgy situation. Sometimes you'll probably die because you're reloading your gun when you wanted to kill the enemy. Now, Great game modes to be playing in are Search and Destroy to get the big C4 kills, or Demolition. Plant your bomb over the bomb, okay, if it makes sense, or should I say plant your C4 over the bomb. I'm going to plant the bomb here. This is great if you're playing game modes, like I said, such as Demolition, because you can plant the bomb. If the enemy has not got Engineer on, they will not see your bomb placed above. They wouldn't expect it. And I'm going to blow myself up here for the purpose of showing this, guys. But if an enemy, well, say, for an example, comes around, tried to defuse the bomb, you can actually then blow them up, which is really, really cool, guys. It will do the reverse of that as well. So if you are on the other end of that, where you're obviously protecting your bombs, you can plant your C4 device over, and when an enemy comes to plant it, you can actually blow them up. So it works perfectly, guys. Can you blow your C4 up by shooting it? Yes, you can. So that's why I'm showing you this, guys, because you've got to be careful. Sometimes you will, remember the distance isn't that long on your C4, guys. Sometimes you'll launch it out, you're very close to it, and you wouldn't realise sometimes that you're accidentally shooting an enemy before you can actually press your RB button, and it can blow you up if you accidentally shoot the bullets into it. So again, you've got to be careful with that, guys. But definitely recommend detonating the C4 device with your right bumper button and the double tapping of the buttons, okay? Now, straight away we're into some gameplay now, some proper gameplay now, guys, in how we get the C4 kills. If you want to go big, guys, and get those 300 kills in a matter of short space of time, rather than making it too time-consuming, go for your C4 kills right at the start of games. There's 2 clips here I'm showing you right at the start of the games where I've got a C4 kill within 10 seconds of gameplay. Remember that C4 alarm will come up to tell you that there is an enemy close, so just press, recommended the right bumper button, not the double tapping, guys. I wouldn't recommend using that. And you can then blow them up. Now, again, like I said to you, if you want to go for the high kills, go for game modes such as Demolition and Search and Destroy. I can get massive kills. I mean, I can average on Search and Destroy and Demolition maybe about anywhere between 15 to 20 kills with the C4 in one game. So, like I said, you can really get it out of the way quick if you're using these game modes. All you got to do, literally, because you know the enemy are going to be coming towards those bombs. So plant your C4s out straight away. Look, you just get the kill so easy, and it's such a very powerful, wide radius explosive device that the enemy, they don't have to be right on top of it for you to kill them. The blast radius will kill them if they're a few feet away from it. Now, in this clip here now, you will see one of my biggest C4 kills. It is a quad feed, okay? We've just planted the C4 out on that corner there. Now, the reason I planted it there for is because I know the enemy sometimes spawn from there. And you'll see that I will show you the best back in theatre mode. Now, you'll see the alarm triggered. We press the RB button, and boom, we get a quad feed. That is awesome when you do that, guys. Look at that. That's 4 out of the way in like a space of a second, towards that 300 we needed. This is the quad feed that I got with the C4, slowed down in theatre mode, just so you can see how it worked. So that's why I planted it there, because I knew the enemy were going to spawn there. And if you use great tactical gameplay like this, again, you can get these big kills like this and get those 300 kills out of the way as soon as you possibly can. As you see there, they're all spawning there. I'm going to remotely detonate it now by clicking that RB button, and wow, what an explosion, guys. But what an amount of kills we got, all with just one C4 device. But it can work like that, guys, okay? You can have your great gameplay like that. It really does make it exciting as well, especially when you're getting those big kills with just one use of the lethal. Now, in this last clip, guys, this is where I do unlock the car. I've just planted my C4 out with a shock charge. You don't have to have the shock charge. Now, one other thing I need to be telling you about is sometimes the detonation does not work. Now, I obviously wanted to detonate it there, and you see me detonate it, but it didn't actually blow the device up. So I went out to check why it didn't blow up, and luckily there was an enemy behind me, and I got my last kill, okay? But you've got to be careful, that's all I'm saying. That did happen a few times, not all the time, but sometimes you will go to detonate your C4, and it won't work. And then, I don't know, it must just be a little glitch in the game or something, I don't know. But all I'm saying to you guys is just be careful of it. Sometimes you think you've blown your C4 up, and you haven't. Like that there, I actually accidentally blew myself up when I went to check it why I didn't blow up, but there you go. But that's the calling card unlocked. We're just trying to find it now in the multiplayer section, just so I can show you now what it actually looks like for real. Really cool vampire looking calling card, this one. It's really worth it. I mean, I like vampires anyway, so that is a really cool one to have. Another one to add to the collection. We're 96% complete now, guys, in multiplayer calling cards. So I am slowly but surely getting there. As you can see there, 96%. Really excited about that. We are now going to just show you the actual, in the challenge section of the Prestiges. You can see they were all 100% complete now in the Prestige section. But this is the Lethals department. As you can see there's the C4 kills. I'm just going to flick through very quickly, guys, all the other challenges as well, so you can just have a look at them, what you need to do if you don't know, guys. And I'm going to tell you which ones I've got videos for, so I can leave links to these as well if you are struggling with these. But the majority of these ones, guys, I've got a video on the Combat Axe kills. I'll leave a link to that. But the majority of these are just big 300 amount of total kills that you need with the Lethals, okay? With each lethal, should I say. So they are just very time-consuming rather than difficult, okay? There are some difficult ones in this Prestige section. One of them is the Chop House. We need to get 2 kills with the Combat Axe from the first throw of each axe. I've made a video on that, guys. I've made it easy for you, so I'll leave a link to that one if you are struggling with that one. So hopefully I can help you there. There is another one as well, which I will finally get onto in a moment, which is called Wait For It. I've got another video on that. Okay, that is another quite difficult one. The reason why that one is difficult for, as we go into it in a moment, is that you need to shock charge an enemy while they get blown up by your trip mine. I think that's how it works. But it can be confusing how you read it. It did confuse me. So there it is, guys. You need to get 25 kills with trip mines against enemies who are stunned by your shock charge. So that is an easy one, but again, when I first read that, I was a bit confused with how we were supposed to do it. But I have made a video on that, guys. I've made it easy for you if you do, or if you are struggling with that yourself. So hopefully I can make that easier for you. There's the final card in that section, guys. As you see at the bottom there as well, the Lethals Master calling card is a really cool fire-breathing dragon. So we're now going to look into the Master section now. But as I show you this, guys, I really do hope that you have enjoyed this video. Hopefully I've given you some little tips and advice there, how I can, make that C4 a bit more usable, a bit more exciting for you. But definitely use that right bumper button, guys, to detonate the bomb, other than the double tapping of the button, because you will find yourself into difficulty sometimes if you do double tap the button. But please subscribe, guys. I'd really appreciate all your support. Please smash that like button, but thank you so much for watching. Peace out.